Welcome to Old School RuneScape Market Pulse, Woodcutting and Fletching Spotlight, August 14th, 2026. The headline today: Magic Logs hit an all-time low of 770 GP. Magic Longbow did the same at 794, and Bow String is sitting at its 99th percentile. That spread matters, we'll get into it. Looking at the quarter's movers, that's the last 30 days versus the 90-day average. Almost everything is red. Magic logs are down 1% this quarter and a brutal 3% versus this time last year. Mahogany logs have fallen 7% this quarter, now off 4% year-on-year. Redwood logs are down 3% this quarter. Regular logs have dropped 4%, and year-on-year they are down nearly 60%. The sellers are winning across the board on raw materials. The two bright spots: oak logs up 9% this quarter at 36 GP, sitting at the 69th percentile, and yew longbow up 9% at 537 GP in the 75th percentile. These two are bucking the trend. On the money-making side, the top earner is Magic Longbow to Magic Longbow stringing, costing 962 GP per input, and selling the finished bow at 127, a 165 GP margin, good for roughly 264,000 GP per hour at level 85. Right behind it, yew longbow stringing pulls 200 GP per hour on a 157 GP margin with a much lower level requirement of 70. If you just want raw fletching XP while breaking roughly even, yew longbow stringing is also the top training method at 108,000 XP per hour, and it's still net profitable, so there's no excuse not to run it. One route to flag: Magic Logs into Magic Longbow earns only 9 GP margin right now, just 400 GP per hour. Given Magic Logs are at an all-time low, this chain is being crushed from the input side by a collapsing log price, not a demand story. Zooming in on one chart, Magic Logs is near the cheap end of its own history, at the 0th percentile of every price it's ever traded at, and it's still sliding. The callout shows today's price, the daily move volume, and where it sits, one to watch for a bounce. Seasonality gives some hope, though. August is historically a trough month for several of these items. Logs show a seasonal tailwind of roughly 9% into September and October. Magic logs are at their seasonal floor in August, with a 6% expected lift ahead. Yew longbow is also at its August seasonal trough with a 9% tailwind into the next 2 months. The calendar is on the bull's side, but the structural sell-off has been steep enough that tailwinds may only soften the landing. The big signal to watch: bow string at the 99th percentile means stringing costs are elevated. That's compressing margins for everyone finishing bows. Until bow string retreats, expect stringing margins to stay tight. Bull case: Magic Logs and Magic Longbow are at all-time lows with seasonal support arriving in September. A mean reversion bounce is historically probable, and yew longbow's quarter-over-quarter momentum is positive with the 75th percentile backing it up. Bear case: the year-on-year declines across logs are structural. Mahogany down 39%, willow down 40%, regular logs down 60%. This isn't just a dip. Bow string at the 99th percentile keeps stringing margins under pressure. Demand may simply not be there. 3 predictions. First, Magic Logs above 850 GP by September 2nd. That's a 10% bounce from the all-time low at the 3rd percentile, with seasonal support beginning to kick in. Confidence: low, the structural downtrend is real. Second, yew longbow above 580 GP by August 28th. It's currently at 537, sitting at the 75th percentile with positive quarter momentum and a 9% seasonal tailwind. That's about an 8% move. Confidence: medium. Third, Mahogany logs above 195 GP by September 11th. Currently 163 GP at the 3rd percentile, down 7% this quarter, an extreme reading that invites mean reversion. That's roughly a 20% bounce target. Confidence, low. Scorecard check. We had 4 predictions resolve this cycle, 1 hit, 3 misses. That's a 25% hit rate. Our best call, teak logs above 122 GP by August 12th exactly hit. Our worst miss, U longbow above 215 GP by July 30th, it only reached 175. Still pending, teak logs above 142 by August 19th. Mahogany logs above 175 by August 19th. U longbow above 615 by August 26th. And magic logs above 850 by September 2nd. That's the pulse for today. Stay sharp, check those stringing margins before you commit, and we'll see you tomorrow.